Okay, let's move on to Twilight Acres electrical upgrade. Mark, Rick, gonna bring us up to speed?
Yeah. We've been doing some different proposals and stuff, and I'll probably show you better on the map. If you guys look back over here. Okay. We got a little box right here, you know, like the sectionalizing cabinet up there by the Catholic Church. Well, you know, I propose we could go up this way with a new line and go right up into Twilight Acres edition with our new 12.5. And then, you know, in the future we probably could put some junction boxes through here so we can feed this way, because this is our problem area for the underground, because that's, you know, burned up twice now on us. And the other proposal I got is, I believe this is a sub. We could come across here, and I think this is Al Bloom's house, all the way around, and if we had boxes, then we could come off of them junctions and feed back into here and eventually feed down this way. Without having an engineer, I don't know where would be electrical feasible to put these boxes. And then we also have to kind of watch so we don't overload that 1500 kVA transformer at the substation now, because we got to go out to Hallett's, and that transformer is probably loaded about half now with the Hallett's on, and this line that's coming from the sub all the way down here, that's heavy enough to handle about anything if we have the big enough transformer for the source. And it's pretty tight in through here because there's water mains, and on the other side of the street is gas mains, which we can get around. And because there is underground primaries running this way, which we can still get around that. I had some prices on this project, approximate prices, and since then I checked on the wire. And some of it was like $2.30 some a foot, and I checked another place and it was down to $2 a foot. And that transformer for Twilight Acres was like $11,500. I checked a couple other places, and then I got some down to, I believe, $9,000, $8,500, so we saved a couple thousand there.
Mark, would you recommend putting the wire in the conduit under the PVC pipe underwater?
Yeah, because
I mean, our engineer probably will do that.
Yeah, the engineer probably would do that. A good idea if you got your boxes close enough is if you got a phase that goes bad, you pull the wire out theoretically and put the wire back in if it doesn't melt to the conduit when it blows. And that's what we did. I think from the sub down to here, I think it was direct bearing, or from here somewhere, but all the way down was all in conduit until we got down to the airport. And then from that sectionalizing cabinet at the airport driveway, then we direct buried all the way out to Hallett's. And it was take an example. When we were out to Hallett's, before we got it on, they hit that transformer back there with a truck and spun the transformer and damaged the wire. Well, all them guys had to do was pull the wire out and pull the wire in without having to re-dig. And that's a good reason to have it in conduit. And then each one of these boxes down through here is coming up in conduit to the junctions and LVs, or feed through elbows. It's going back down into conduit again. Because we thought, well, when they had to splice this stuff, they can't have it in conduit when they splice it anyway. So that's why we put them sectionalizing cabinets a little closer, so they just pull one run through there. Because our pipe would do the same good. If it's spliced and you got like a 6-foot section with no pipe, you couldn't pull it anyway, then that, you know, it's worthless. I shouldn't say worthless, but it has some protection on the pipe. Hopefully they'll get that conduit and see it before they rip the wires, but that's not always the case. think that's kind of where we're at, and, I asked Marlene if she got any prices on digging, and she said, well, she didn't really know which route she wanted to take, because the prices would be different for the boring and all that stuff, am I correct? And that's why we don't really have a price on that.
Well, I think how we ought to do it in phases. I think up 6th Street was probably, we consider that phase 1.
Yeah.
Do phase 2.
Then we could use this for phase
Yeah.
2 coming over here and put wherever we decide to put a cabinet. So
It's going to take a while to go around from the north to come back in.
Mhm.
I kind of would have the idea if we put a box by all them little green cabinets that's there, then we could run 2,400 there plus the 12.5, and we could switch them over with a padlock and underground going into there, low voltage. And then we wouldn't have this whole section off that we're trying to switch over in the near future. You know? And that gives us time to do maybe this section and go across here so we have power for here. And then maybe another section, another one, you know, we can do it over several years.
Well, we don't own the land yet.
No, what do you mean that?
I think there's an easement through there earlier. I think we have an easement.
Yeah, right through, right through here, we got a 4 or 6 inch water main coming through there. And then here we got 3 high voltage lines, I think it goes from here across. So we have to figure how to do the lots to miss them for easements and stuff.
There is easement through there already, right? I believe so.
There is through here, and there's got to be easement across that field.
Is that the present line that's one spot now that runs through their line?
That's running through here too. It's running up, I believe, let's see, that's 7.
Up behind Roy Russell, in there for Roy Russell.
Yeah, Robert's Lane. I believe up through here. And back into here is, I think is where that fault is. I think it's right here that we had located. And there's a shed from one side and bushes on the other side. And it's only about a meter U-rod wide. And we built a shed on the easement. We got that found, and I don't know, it's like 300 foot. You guys want to repair that, or you want to put new in?
Or would you have to start an end on that? Would you have to start?
No, we could start, let's see. I believe there's a cabinet right here that goes all the way to the sub. There's a cabinet there, and it's just right here is the break, and we just have to go from there to there, about 300 and some odd feet. But there's 2 more lines going through there. The Twilight Acres line, and the line that goes up the back feeds to the Presbyterian Church, and the existing one that's going to behind Roy Russell's house. Plus there's phone and cable.
Is there any pads or boxes on Schrader's second edition there that would feed the new, you know, if we put in 8 lots or whatever, would we already have? Yeah, would we already have enough pad mounts to come off for those 8 lots?
We've got a pad sitting on into Robin Street.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that's the
and
one.
we could, and that's big enough. I felt that we could probably feed some of these lots through here on that. I think there's a waterway coming up through here like this.
Now you mentioned that Al Bloom has one on his lot.
No, we could put one there.
Or across the street from him.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
well,
no,
it'd be up there.
there is not one there
No.
existing.
But we could just go straight across to the substation, go into that 1500 kVA transformer to get that. This one, I believe there is a pad mount here, and I think it's big enough to handle 2 or 3 more houses, so we could try to utilize these lots. Well, we don't have these lots. We could try to utilize some of these, but if we put